Howdy peeps, Stacked here. I thought I'd make a quick video showcasing my stats, mods and builds on each character. I predominantly play a lot of PvP and I'm still noticing Guardians not realize the importance of having optimized their builds, stats and mods for the Crucible. Again, this is just my take on how I run my characters and I hope it helps you guys out. Be sure to let me know in the comment section if there's anything else you guys would like to see and everything I didn't discuss and elaborate more on. Hope you guys enjoy. So just breaking down the Warlock build, I'm using mods that complement the weapons that I'm using. So I'm using a hand cannon from Trials, a shotgun from Trials, and a rocket launcher for Trials because that's all I play. I am a Trials star! Not really, I just like playing Trials in my spare time. Anywho, we're rocking 5 mobility, 5 resilience, 100 recovery, 60 discipline, 70 intellect, and 60 strength. I'm not worried too much about my mobility on my Warlock. I'm not really worried too much on my mobility on my Titan either, which really frees up a lot of stats that I can put elsewhere. So we're just going to try and use mods that complement the weapons we're using hand cannon targeting, we're using hand cannon reloader, hand cannon unflinching, shotgun unflinching, and shotgun scavenger. Now I have a few other mods on my armor that a few people don't really pick up. I can't stress the importance of running fastball. It just really helps with nade placement and helps you really get that god tier nade off right at the feet of the enemy target. Coming down, we've got Radiant Light. Radiant Light is a mod that you could pick up a couple seasons ago. It's still being sold at the gunsmith. The thing with this mod is you have to run an arc affinity. So if you guys are on a void pair of boots or a solar pair of boots and you can't see this mod down below, don't stress. You just have to change the affinity of your class item, your boots, your chest piece, whatever armor that you guys want it on, and just swap it over and it should be there. The other catch with this is you have to have a secondary arc mod somewhere on your character. Here is where the second mod comes in. We are rocking Powerful Friends. So Radiant Light gives you free strength, another 20 stats, the same as Powerful Friends. Another 20 mobility just right off the bat. We're rocking Outreach. It doesn't really matter what I rock here. I just like having Outreach on. And Recovery mod. On most of my characters, I do have 100 recovery. I like engaging and disengaging, getting into a gunfight, and then getting my health back as quick as possible. I've gone for the 50 resilience build. Again, your builds can change depending on if you're running a dark subclass. You can use the fragments to get a bit more resilience, a bit more recovery, a bit more whatever. But we're sticking with a light subclass for my Stormcaller. And yeah, that's the builds I'm running. I don't really want to be under a certain intellect. I don't want to be under 50 or 60 intellect, just to keep it a little bit competitive. A lot of people prioritize intellect and yeah, it really just takes away from the gunplay. So 70 is good, 60 is good. But yeah, I just try and keep it a little bit high just to stop those absolute awesome individuals from just running me with their supers time after time as my Warlock build. Onto the Titan build. We're using stasis on the Hunter, we're using stasis on the Titan, using a light subclass on the Warlock. It's very important that when you're going through, make sure when you're using stasis, you can use fragments that will increase strength, increase recovery, increase resilience. It's all personal preference, but the build I'm running, I have a few extras in there. So in case you're wondering how did he get his stats so high, I am using the fragments that help me in stasis. Just optimize my build a little bit better. Using a scout rifle and a shotgun, both long range weapons. I'm sure a lot of you have been mapped by the Fell Winters. This absolute sniper is ridiculous. It comes with all the trimmings and yeah, you should definitely pick one up. Anyway, back to the builds. We've got shotgun targeting and scout rifle targeting to help me zoom in and aim down on my target, you know, make sure I'm snapping onto him, make sure the aim assist is there. We've got scout rifle reloader, and again we're rocking fastball. Again, if you see me on all 3 characters, all 3 characters have fastball. Don't sleep on it, don't sleep on it. We're using unflinching shotgun and unflinching scout rifle aim, and the Dune Marches, the meme movement exotic. It's broken! It's broken! You want to get a 3-man down, just go ahead and punch everyone and the Doom Marchers will do the rest. Make sure you run for a little bit though. I think it's about 3 seconds. get linear actuators up. Before you know it, you'll be wiping out teams just with one melee. They're a little bit bugged at the moment, but they still do the job. Going through, we've got the Radiant Light. Again, I've got this on every single character. Free 20 strength, thank you very much. I have Shotgun Scavenger on to get a bit more shotgun ammo on a special ammo brick, and traction. This does not apply to those lovely individuals using mouse and keyboard on PC. This is more of a controller thing. Using a controller, traction is the way to go. And just a recovery mod, and we're working our way down to the mark. We've got ourselves Powerful Friends, an extra free mobility, and we're just using outreach. So just to break down, again, mobility is not that important for my Warlock or my Titan, more just attributed to the Hunter as it's locked to the class item, and it makes them very evasive. On Titan and Warlock, I don't really prioritize it, which frees up a lot of other stats. I've got 80 resilience, helps me get my shield back a lot quicker, helps me survive an engagement. Say for example, an opponent's using a 120, he won't be able to one head and two body shot me. Really makes it hard for him to actually land those crits and deserve that kill, and really prevents the damage I take from being frozen from stasis and breaking free. All my characters have 100 recovery because I like engaging and disengaging gunfights and getting my health back. Working through, we've got 60 discipline, 60 intellect, and 60 strength. Strength is a big thing for Titans, especially being stasis or not stasis. Titans like to punch things. You want to make sure you have a bit of strength there to back it up. And yeah, that's my Titan build. Hopping across to my Hunter build. This build has a lot going on, so it might be a little bit difficult to keep up and understand all the mods that I'm running. I've sort of gone a bit overboard. It's not as simple as the Titan and the Warlock. I run a certain way, a certain playstyle on my Hunter to really try and abuse the absolute max out of my Shade Step. So I'm running 100 mobility. I get my Shade Step back every 11 seconds, and I'm running a few mods to benefit that as well. We're rocking a sniper and a hand cannon, so we're going to be using mods on our armor pieces to complement those weapons. We'll go across. We're running sniper targeting on our helmet, and another little thing right here called Dynamo. A Dynamo is locked to avoid affinity. Again, you guys haven't got it, make sure your affinity is set to void. It will be underneath there. What Dynamo does is, as I'm pushing an enemy target or I'm close to an enemy target, I will Shade Step and get a little bit of super, a little bit of cheeky super for my troubles. I really like this for Hunter, not so much for Warlock and Titan. If I'm popping a rift and an enemy's right in front of me, or I'm popping a shield and I'm caught out of cover with an enemy right in front of me, most of the times that's a GG's, that's a done deal. I'll be in the loading screen waiting to respawn or waiting for my teammate to res me. With Shade Step being as evasive as it is and can be used in an aggressive manner, Dynamo is absolutely fantastic. Heading down, we've got Hand Cannon Reloader and Fastball. Again, Fastball on every single character I have really helps with nade placement, and it's just a mod that's slept on. I would strongly advise you pick one of these up or put these on. The chest piece, helping my sniper accuracy and preventing flinch. Flinch has got recently adjusted, so it sends your reticle to the moon. This helps control the reticle and helps you land those snipes. Radiant Light is a mod that I have on all characters. It gives you free stats. So make sure you pick one of these up. If you haven't, it'll be at the gunsmith. It is locked to an arc affinity. So make sure whatever armor piece that you'd like to throw it on has an arc affinity. And the other catch is that you have to have another arc mod in another socket of your armor. So don't stress. It doesn't have to be on the same armor piece, but just somewhere in your build. Heading down, all my characters have movement exotics, even the Titan. Movement exotic, not really, but everything's tied to a movement exotic. The stompies, I'm using transversive steps, I'm using doom marches. It just helps with mobility. When it comes down to it, separating a good player from a great player, everyone's gun skill will be on the same level. It just comes down to map awareness and movement. The stompies, transversive steps, doom marches are very important, helping you with your movement. We've got the Powerful Friends mod, which is locked to an arc affinity. Again, If you don't have this, the gunsmith will sell it at some point. There's a lot of mods here that might be foreign to players that haven't recently played, and you can research those up. Traction is a must because I play controller, and turning radius is a little bit slow when I'm not rocking traction. There's no in-game sensitivity for aiming down sights or moving around the map, so traction helps me out a bit. Using sniper scav to get a bit more ammo in my special weapon, and we'll just work down our way to the cloak. Now the cloak and my helmet, you don't have to rock these mods on those items, but I do. I have distribution on my cloak, so shade stepping next to an enemy target using my class ability not only helps me get my super a bit easier, but now shade stepping next to an enemy target reduces my ability cooldowns when I'm close to an enemy. So these two in conjunction really work well together. The fact that I have 100 mobility is really helping me get the most out of dynamo and distribution. Like I said, my hunter has a few more mods on it than the rest of the characters. Where I can, I'm trying to get an extra mod in. Except for my gauntlets, I don't really have something there. Dynamo, we're using radiant light, we're using powerful friends, we're using distribution. Trying to get the absolute most out of my class ability and my build. I know it is recommended to have at the most about 5 resilience. I'm not prioritizing resilience on my hunter, as you can tell, but you need about 50 resilience to survive a 1 head and 2 body from a 120, and it really helps reduce the damage you're taking from being frozen. There is no help for people that run stasis though, so I'm helpless. Some of you wonderful guardians sitting at home right now might not have the time or the patience to go ahead and invest into customizing your build, your stats. So there is a program called Destiny Item Manager that I use. You can just simply log in using your Destiny details, and it will take you to an inventory where it will show you all the weapons and armor pieces that you have on your characters. The one easy step in using this application is you can go to Loadout Optimizer, and you can choose and customize loadouts, tiers for your builds, the minimum power requirement, and the minimum stat requirement. If you guys two are attached to a certain exotic that complements your playstyle and you want to keep that exotic, you don't want to shuffle through everything, you can pin the exotic of choice and make sure that it is always in the build that you guys are creating. You can lower the tiers, increase the tiers to make the builds you want. Not only that, you can save your loadout, compare your loadout to another one that you've previously used or designed, or just go ahead and equip. You can just go ahead and equip the loadout of choice. It really makes optimizing your build very easy and very accessible for everyone. If you guys stuck around to the end of this video, thank you. Everyone that sits here and watches really helps me out. Maybe you left it on, maybe you forgot, maybe you're watching this while you're on the toilet. Either way, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you guys found it helpful, and yeah, don't forget to leave a like or subscribe if you haven't already. No fuss, no muss, and I'll catch you in the next one.